Alright, this is my second try. I had to delete more stuff off my phone. Apparently I need to free a lot of storage. This is the part 2, I believe it's called the Parity checker. I already did part 1, and it was a little 2-part video because my phone storage ran out. Hopefully this will be 1 part. But yeah, this is the Parity checker, the part 2. This is the truth table right here. Now this is the sum of product form right here that we got right here. And this is the mapping I tried to do to simplify this, and there's nothing really grouped here. So you can't really simplify it, so we gotta leave it at that horrendous looking function. And this is the circuit coming straight from the sum of product form right here, and it works because I have right here on my computer pulled up. I made the circuit in, was this LogicWorks? Yeah, and I did the binary switches with this binary probe, and it turned out to work perfectly with what I got for my truth table. And it did the same thing with this right here. This is the conversion into the NAND form. And it's only using NAND gates and inverters, and this is the circuit. I really don't like using that stuff. I didn't do it in the first part. I'm not going to do it in the second part because I just feel like this is a lot cleaner. There's a lot of stuff going on right here and it confused me. And this right here is what we got. This is the circuit for part 2 on the breadboard. I thought the first part had a lot of wires. This one's definitely got it beat. I had to rearrange it twice. This is the second time. The first time it didn't work properly, and I traced it back. I couldn't find the problem, so I redid it. And luckily, thank God, it worked this time because there's quite a bit of wires to follow right here. So if we go ahead and just try to work it out. So we look at our truth table, and our dip switch is set up just like the last one. Let me get my tweezers right here. I guess I'll explain it a little bit. So this is your A switch. This right here is your B switch, and this right here is your C switch. Now these chips I got right here correspond to what I got right here. Okay. Now this first one, since if we look at here, sum of product equation, it's A naught, B naught, C naught is AND, or A naught and B and C, or A and B naught and C, or A and B and C naught. Okay, that was a mouthful. Okay, so I set up this chip right here. This is my inverter. I believe this is the 7404 chip right here. This chip, these two right here are the same chips. They're the 7411 chips. They are these right here, 3 input AND gates, which lead to these right here, which I got 2 OR gates, 2 input OR gates in here, which the output from those 2 lead to the input of my last 2 input OR gate. I think I said that right. And then from the output of that gate goes to the LED, which signifies if it's true or not. There's really a lot of wires to go in depth and explain it, but I mean, yeah, okay, let's try. So this is the A output from the dip switch right here. I got one going to the A inverter right here, so I can make my A inverts go to my first 3 input AND gate right here because it's all inverted. Okay, and then from the rest of the AND gates beside this one, it's just A, so I did it directly from the dip switch. I didn't do it last time from the dip switch, and I think that was what my problem was. I did it some other way, but this way seems to work fine. And yeah, it's kind of just like a domino effect. It goes through the inverter if it needs to go to the inverter, and then if it doesn't, it goes directly from the dip switch output into the gates I got here. Alright, so we're going to test it out. So right now, our truth table for the parity checker function is right here. See right here, we got A, B, and C is 0 and the output's 1. A, B, and C is 0 and the output is 1. Our next one is A, B, 0, C, 1 and output 0. So that's A, B, 0, C, 1 and our output 0. Alright, we'll go back to all zeros on that. Our next one after that is A is 0, B is 1, and C is 0. And our output is 0, so B is going to be 1. And if we look over here, our output is 0. Alright, so we go, alright, we just did that one. Alright, so our next one, our A is going to be 0, our B is going to be 1, and C is going to be 1, and our output is going to be 1. So we go right here, our A is 0, B is 1, C is 1, and our output is 1. So that was that one right there. And our next one is going to be A is 1, B is 0, C is 0, and output 0. So A is 1, B 0, C 0, output is 0. Alright, and then this one, our inputs A is 1, B is 0, C is 1, and our output is 1. So we go over here, A is 1, B is 0, C is 1, and our output is 1. Alright, flip that back over. And our next one, our A input is going to be 1, our B input is going to be 1, and our C input is going to be 0, and we're going to come out with an input of 1. So if we look right here, our A is going to be 1, B is going to be 1, C is going to be 0, and our output is 1. So that was true. Alright, and for our next one and final one, thank the Lord. Hold on, my dip switch just kind of lifted up. There we go. Alright, so our last one, our A is 1, B is 1, and C is 1, and our output is going to be 0. So if we flip all these, A is 1, B is 1, C is 1, and our output is 0. And that is the second part of the lab, and hopefully this would finish the video uploads. Now I think what I'm gonna do, because these videos are way too long for me to upload via email or through the website, I'm gonna just hopefully send you a link to these videos so you can watch them, because I don't know any other way to upload them. I don't even know why I'm explaining this in video, because you're gonna have to watch the video in order to hear this. Well, anyway, yeah, there's my Lab 4. Hope you have a good day. Thank you.